Hi, I'm Glenn. I'm the broker associate at Keller Williams Advisors in the California Bay Area, and I've been managing property and a real estate broker for over 20 years now. Um, my primary office is in Half Moon Bay here on the beautiful coast just south of San Francisco.
Very good. Well, congratulations on being on a successful real estate agent for that many years. I know that's not a small feat, and thank you for taking the time to do this. So, to dive into the first question, you may not remember, but do you happen to remember how you originally heard about key technology?
I've seen you guys name everywhere, I think, for quite a while. And I use Follow Up Boss. And so I think it was probably through Follow Up Boss or one of the Follow Up Boss Facebook type groups. I've seen you I think I walked up to you at the most recent Follow Up Boss and introduced myself just because I knew obviously who you were from having seen your face so many times on the internet. But yeah, that
Yeah. Okay. So, how long have you been using Follow Up Boss?
Um, a great question. A long time now. I always say a time, and then I find out later as I go, it was about twice as long. So if I said 5 years, it's probably closer to 10.
Oh, wow.
um, so
Okay.
so yeah, somewhere between 5 and 10 years, I guess. Um,
Okay. And before,
Melinda, who works with me, I got to give Melinda credit. She's on the other side of the room over here. She actually said 7. So she, that's why I count on her for info like that. So
yeah.
she goes.
So before we started working together, what was your experience like with Follow Boss? Had you set up anything yourself or any automations?
Yeah, honestly, I may have talked to you way back when, and then I thought, well, I can do some of my own stuff, and I had a few emails, but nothing set up and nothing working, and it was just one of those things like, oh, I'll do that next week. I'll do that next week, and time just kept flying by, and I kick myself now that I didn't start sooner because you know something's better than nothing, obviously, and then something good like you've done is even better. But
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
And so you had mentioned like this is something you could have possibly done by yourself, but I guess what ultimately led you to decide to hire us rather than either just setting aside the time to do it yourself or having someone in-house do it?
I knew I needed it. So on one hand, I would just I'm kicking myself now that I didn't start sooner is the best way to say it, because it's something I knew I needed, but at the same time, I thought that I would do it myself. And
Mhm.
that's honestly the way with a lot of things on Follow Up Boss. I enjoy Follow Up Boss. I enjoy, it's easy to use. It's kind of fun. I like that part of stuff, but I'm so busy with the front end stuff that I never have time to mess around with it. So uh,
Yeah. Yeah, wearing a lot of hats already. Not don't want to add on or don't have the time to add on CRM um system specialist basically. So I guess would be the official job category.
I
So
guess one more, if I'll interrupt you, one more
yeah.
thought too was I always thought, well, I wanted it to all sound like it was coming from me. And so I wanted too much control, I guess, in the overall picture, and but yet had no real idea how good your stuff was either.
Mm.
So
Well,
yeah, I think part of it was just giving up control.
yeah, well, I appreciate that. So for those who don't know, could you give a brief breakdown of the services we provided for you in Follow Boss?
You've done a lot, so I'm probably gonna miss some of it, but I know you have a few different packages, and I believe I got the works on everything. And I guess part of giving up control was just not even really thinking about it, just going, okay, Lena's company, they need to handle it now. So give me everything.
Yeah. So how long do you know about how long you've been using our setup in Follow Boss?
At this point has been close to, well, I think it was this year. So towards the beginning of the year. So I guess I can say almost a full year, 8 months, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Okay. And in the 8 months since you launched, what sorts of results have you seen so far with the setup?
Well, the emails are going out. It's a little bit hard, and this may be me. Somebody may be listening and go, "Oh, well, I know how to do that." I don't necessarily follow up on my statistics as well as I should, or knowing my numbers. So I'll take responsibility there. But just knowing that they're going out, knowing that people are getting the emails, knowing that people are responding. I can't give you a specific number like saying, "Oh, well, 3 of every 10 emails gets answered," but I have never had anybody reject an email or say stop sending me stuff. And I have had favorable answers from people that will reply back with things like, "Oh, sorry, I haven't gotten back to you, I've been busy." So it's those touches that I'm not able to make, that your emails are making those touches for me. And yeah, I'm not sure if I'm answering your question right. I can't necessarily give it a quantitative specific number, but I know it's helping.
Yeah, no, that's very good to hear. Definitely answers my question. What about increased efficiency? Have you noticed any change in how you navigate Follow Up Boss and, for example, like the smart lists?
It's given me more time to work on some of the smart list. It's given me more time just to do other things. So from an efficiency standpoint, it's helping. And I can't say, well, is it 10 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day? But it is definitely helping.
Yeah, very good. So after we finished the setup for you, what was the support like from our team?
I've really appreciated the help. I've even still got some emails saved because I know there's some things that I can still do to enhance it a little bit more. And some, for me personally, I want to add some extra videos and things to some of the emails. So I've got messages from your team saying, "Hey, you can do this or that," and checking in. So I'd give you guys 10 stars if I was to like compare you to other companies in terms of customer support. I've never felt like you just said, "Here, I know you guys are there. Like if I have any questions," and I haven't had a lot just because I know it's running smoothly. But anytime there has been a question, you've been there. You guys have checked in. There's been some updates to the system too, and some extra emails and things that you've thrown in there. So you guys reach out and let me know about those. So again, 10 out of 10 stars from a customer support standpoint.
I appreciate that. That's very awesome to hear. Yeah, I think it was Jenna who, probably Jenna and Kendra from our team are the people who most likely talk to you the most.
Yeah.
Yeah. So last question for you. If someone were on the fence about working with us, whether they are in the same boat you were previously of, I just need to set aside the time to do it myself, or is it really worth it? What would you tell them?
I'd say go for it because it can't hurt. And you're probably going to free up some of your own time, or at least give you time to work on other projects. And so that's going to pay off. And if you are anything like me, where you're kind of a control freak and feel like, well, I want to do that, hands down, I'd say turn it over to Lane and her team. That they can take this portion of things off of your plate. So it's not overly expensive. I would say if you can't do it today, start putting aside some money, but make it a priority that you get it high on the list. Like this is going to be the next thing that I invest some of my extra cash in. I'm a smaller team guy. Just have a couple people working for me. So I'm always concerned about my budget. But if I was to do it again and put it at a priority level, I'd make it high.
I appreciate that. And thank you for sharing your thoughts. Yeah, it's really hard to let go of control as a business owner, but I appreciate you willing to trust us and give away that some of that control so that we can automate some things in your CRM. Well, I appreciate your time, Glenn. It was very nice to catch up with you. And I'm sure people will find this very helpful, definitely.